Good day, sir. My name is Vincent Andre P. Habla. I will present my Flutter project application, which is Insect Identifier. This application is an intelligent mobile application designed to identify insect species in real time using machine learning. Built with Flutter and TensorFlow Lite, this app provides instant classification results, detailed confidence scores, and cloud-based history tracking. This app have key features which this first is real-time classification. Instantly identify insects using the device camera. The second is offline capability. Uses an on-device TensorFlow Lite model or mobile net for detection without internet. The third is cloud history. It will ask you if you want to save classification results, species, confidence, timestamp to Firebase real-time database. The fourth is detailed insights. View confidence scores for every predictions. And the fifth is user profile and history. Track your discovery journey with a personal history log. So let's start. This is my application, which is insect identifier. So starts classifying. So this is my home page of my apps, and this is the supported insects, which is bee, beetle, butterfly, dragonfly, fly, grasshopper, ladybug, mosquito, spider, wasp. So by tapping the supported insects, you can see the details of that and description. So let's try bee. Bee, and you can also see what is scientific name, which is Anthopila. Uh, you can see the sizes, toxicity, description, habitat, and behavior. Then the next is, okay, let's start with classifying. Let's start with gallery. So this is the example image. Let's try it. Let's try this. Okay, let's wait. So you will be asked to if you want to save it to the database. Let's try to save it. So this is the classification result. It is butterfly. Let's try to click this to see if this description. So it is butterfly, a pollinator, a harmless. Uh, its habitat is worldwide except in Antarctica. So let's try another images. Let's try this. So it is said that this photo is a wasp. That it have a confidence of 91.9%. Let's save it. So this is the classification result. Wasp have the highest confidence, which is 92. and the second is Grasshopper, which which is it have 8%. So next, let's try the photo camera if it is working. So let's start with Ladybug. So it says it detected Ladybug. It have confidence of 100%. So let's save it to a database. So this is the classification result. It have 100%. So let's try Dragonfly if it is working in our camera. So it detected Dragonfly, confidence 100%. Let's save it again to our database. So this is the classification result of Dragonfly. Next picture. Let's try fly. Again, it have detected fly and it have confidence of 95.3%. So let's see. This is the classification result. Fly have 95% and dragonfly have 4%. The third is butterfly. So this is the classification result of our camera. As I tested it, it was working. So let's check the profile. So this is the profile and this is settings. Settings have clear history about and help how to use the app. So prediction frequency. This is the where where we can visualize your classification history. This is the prediction frequency by class. Show how often each class was predicted. So this is how many times our app predicted each class. So first is dragonfly tied with fly and ladybug and also mosquito. So let's proceed with question. So the first question is what Flutter state management approach did you use? Example, set state, provider, riverpod, each, and why was it suitable for your project? So for this project, I primarily utilize native set states combined with value notifier for specific reactive tasks. So why this approach was suitable? Simplicity and the first is simplicity and maintainability. This application is relatively small to medium in scale with, with state large confined to individual pages. Example, handling camera input on homepage. For inputs on settings, introducing a heavy ecosystem like Block or Riverpod would have added unnecessary boilerplate code or over-engineering without providing significant benefits for this specific structure. And the second is granular performance uh, value notifier. For the loading screen, I use value notifier double. This allows the progress bar to update independently without triggering a rebuild of the entire widget tree. This is more performance than calling set state repeatedly during a high-frequency animation or process update Dart. The third is low learning curve. Using native state management makes the codebase more accessible to other developers or students who know the basics of Flutter but might not be familiar with the third-party libraries. So, so the next question is, can you explain how you trained your image classification model in Teachable Machine and what factors influence the accuracy of your model? So, the answer for this is the model was trained using Google Teachable Machine platform, which uses transfer learning based on the lightweight mobile net architectures. This allows for high accuracy with a relatively small custom dataset. Uh, the first training process I do is data collection. I gather distinct datasets for each insect class. For example, butterfly, beetle, bee, each, etc. I ensured each class had a balanced number of images, approximately 250 images per class to prevent bias. The second is preprocessing. Preprocessing. Uh, Images were automatically resized and cropped to 224 by 224 pixel by Teachable Machine to match the input tensor shape essential for the underlying mobile net model. The third training process is training. The model was trained over 50 epochs with a batch size of 16 and a learning rate of 0.001. Uh, running Training process port is export. The trained model was exported as a TensorFlow-like float of or float32 file for mobile optimization. So the factor of influencing accuracy, the first is datasets diversity. The most critical factor, the model's ability to generalize depends on having images with varied backgrounds, lighting condition, and angles. If all Beatles images were on white ground, the model would fail in the real world. Example on a leaf. The second is distinctiveness. Some insects share similar features like wasp versus bee. They have a high similarity required more training data to help the model distinguishes subtle features different. The third is overfitting prevention. By monitoring the under the hood loss graphics in Teachable Machine, I ensured training stopped before the validation loss started increasing, preventing the model from memorizing the images instead of learning features. So that's all for the second question. So the third and the last question is, how does your app ensure that classification results, timestamps, or logs are recorded accurately in the database? So, clarification, this project utilized Firebase real-time database rather than Firestore as verified by the Firebase database dependency and implementation in insert.dart. The data structure The data is stored in a JSON tree structured under a single parent node. First is route reference, which is insect classification. All records are stored under this primary path. The second is record structure. Every time a user saves a classification, a new child node is created using a unique auto-generated push ID. Example is NG7S. Each child node contains the following key value pairs, which is label, and confidence. The label is the name of the predicted insects, example, butterfly, bee, wasp, and fly, or etc. So, second is confidence. The certainty of the model formatted to add 4 decimal places. Example is 0.9850. And the timestamp. An ISO 860 string represented when the classification occurred. Example 2025 19 18 to 10. Example JSON data. Insect classification odd key generated by Firebase. Label butterfly confidence 0.99. So I think that's all. Thank you.